Okay, real quick here, I want to show you how to solve a problem from page 44, problem number 1, Heather and Matthew walking. Solving it for work, showing me the work you need to show for the problem. Okay, so when you show work for your problem, you need to show me all the variables, identify them, identify the formula or formulas you're going to use, and then solve. So in this particular problem, it says Heather and Matthew walk with an average velocity of 98 hundredths of a meter per second eastward. Velocity is different than speed. Velocity has to have a direction with it. So that's a velocity. It takes them 34 minutes to walk to the store. What is their displacement? Displacement. So we want to find delta x. That's what it's asking us to find. Delta x is the question. We have an average velocity. It's given as 0.98 meters per second east. We have then time, delta t, which is 34 minutes. Writing this out, hopefully you notice I have a difference in units here. I've got seconds, I've got minutes. I need to adjust that. Okay, probably the quickest way to do it is just to write in here. And I don't need to see, other than the fact you've done the work, you just need to write 60 seconds to 1 minute. You're showing me you needed to convert that. Awesome. Then you're going to identify the formula. The formula says that delta x simply equals the average velocity times delta t. So I've identified the variables I have that are pertinent to the problem. I have identified the formula I'm going to use to solve the problem. Then I simply plug and chug. At this point, I've shown all the stuff I needed to do. I simply plug in V average, 0.98. I'm not going to bother to rewrite the units in there. It gets messy. And I'm going times 34 times 60 over 1. Okay? This is a conversion factor. This is exact. This has 2 sig figs. This has 2 sig figs. When I solve my problem, my calculator, I do believe, gives me a number that is 1,999.2, and that would be meters. Almost 2 kilometers. Okay, kids are walking pretty slow because 2 kilometers is just a little over a mile. They spent 34 minutes walking a mile. Maybe the road isn't good. Who knows? Nothing else, they're going slow. This answer is not in the correct number of significant figures. I'm multiplying, so therefore I should have a total of 2 sig figs, which means I'm rounding to 2 significant figures, 2 significant places. Not a specific decimal point, not a specific rounding to a place, a tenths, but saying that I've got 2 specific places. So to show this, 2.0 times 10 to the third. 10 to the third is 1,000. I'm taking 2 times 1,000, saying I have 2 significant figures. Rounding this number for 2 significant figures means I'd end up rounding to the hundreds place, which is what I've done. My final answer is in meters. There's my final answer with the correct sig figs, the values with the correct units. This one here showing the fact that I needed to convert. I could have just as easily converted this. It's the same conversion factor. Didn't matter. I could have changed this to meters per minute instead of meters per second. So that's what I expect to see for work for that kind of problem. Have a great day. Thanks for paying attention.